When you're locked in battle against a real American hero who's still on the job after 50 years, a not-so-jolly green giant with daddy issues, and a mercenary who had the skeleton ripped out of his body and lived to talk about it, you've got to bring your A-game. For the most part, Capcom did just that, including only its finest fighters in Marvel vs. Capcom. Strider Hiryu is more than a match for Wolverine, and Zangief can take pretty much anything that the Incredible Hulk can dish out. But then there was Roll. Hidden deep within the game is a bit player from the Mega Man series, a cheery little robot maid who's almost as handy in combat as a Swiffer Sweeper. She doesn't even have the advantage of intimidation, while Rosie from the Jetsons looks like she could do some real damage in a robot rebellion. Roll bears a distinct, disturbing resemblance to a toddler, right down to the diaper. Did I mention that her enemies include a massive cyborg who wiped out the entire Marvel universe with a flick of his mighty hand? Alrighty then. There's not much about Fighters Megamix that stands out after 10 years of technological advancement. The stages consist of flat expanses and cramped cages pasted onto a grainy landscape, and the characters hover somewhere between origami and 1950s science fiction robots and their resemblance to actual humans. Chances are this hybrid of Virtua Fighter and the less successful Fighting Vipers will be remembered for just one thing: the most mind-bending matchups in history. With characters from Sonic the Hedgehog, Virtua Cop, Dynamite Ducks, and Rent-A-Hero all squeezed into the cast, this game's got more unlikely situations than an entire season of Family Guy.
Random arbitrary comedy.
However, the strangest star of this freak show has got to be Hornet. That's a brightly colored sports car from Daytona, USA, standing on its rear wheels and using its front tires as a pair of boxing gloves. Unfortunately, the car's sluggish movement and miserable reach make it a lot less handy in the ring than it is on the road. If the Hornet can't get close enough to its opponent to lay rubber on his face, it'll go from 0 to the nearest junkyard in 10 seconds. Mega Man Legends was a black sheep of the Mega Man family. It was the only Mega Man spin-off with a consistent 3D environment, and the first Mega Man game where storyline and character development became an essential part of the experience. There was even a small trace of sexual tension between the reimagined Mega Man and a comical new foe named Tron Bonne, tension that was no doubt made worse by Tron's iron-plated vagina. But I digress. The bratty and bumbling Tron relied on the assistance of a horde of wide-eyed androids named Servbots.
Wait a minute! This isn't the bank!
A complete set of Servbots can cause a lot of mischief, but separately, these Lego lookalikes are as weak as kittens. Nothing makes this fact more clear than Marvel vs. Capcom 2. A single Servbot is available as a hidden character, but he's so small and fragile that he actually makes the game less fun for both the player and his opponent. I could probably start and end this segment by offering a link to Maddox's website. Frankly, there's nothing I could say about the old geezer that hasn't already been covered by the internet's favorite hothead. However, if you haven't read that site yet, and there's always time to remedy that unfortunate oversight, here's the 411 on Heihachi. He's old as dirt, almost as appealing, and has cheated death more than Dracula, Mum Ra, and Abe Vigoda combined. Yeah, that about covers it. Heihachi is the lead villain of the Tekken series, a rather blatant Virtua Fighter knockoff that prides itself on an utter lack of subtlety and a cast of increasingly bizarre characters. Namco atoned for that series with Soul Calibur, a sleek weapon-based fighter that had a promising start on the PlayStation and instantly graduated to timeless classic status with the release of the Dreamcast version in 1999. Encouraged by its success, Soul Calibur's I mean, not the Dreamcast's, Namco quickly went to work on a cross-platform sequel. Soul Calibur 2 went that extra mile by offering a little something extra for fans of each console. Nostalgic GameCube owners got Link, a bonus that could qualify as the greatest video game fan service ever that doesn't involve an upskirt camera shot. Xbox owners were able to live out their macho fantasies through comic book anti-hero Spawn. And PlayStation 2 owners received, Heihachi. Sorry, PlayStation 2 owners.
Practically standing still now. They've dropped ropes out of the nose of the ship, and it's been taken a hold out down on the field by a number of men. The back motors of the ship are just holding it just enough to keep it. It bursts into flames. Wait, get it started. It's rising terrible. Oh my, get out of the way, please. It's bursting into flames, and it's falling on the mooring mast, and all the folks believe that this is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world. Oh, it's like 400 or 500 feet into the sky, and it's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. The smoke and the flames now, and the flame is crashing to the ground, not quite to the mooring mast. All the humanity and all the passengers screaming around me. I told you. I never talk to people whose friends are on there. I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen. Honest, it's just laying down massive smoking wreckage.